You may find it hard to believe that she can hear the same sound, can speak the same language,
We'll bake a cake. Yes.
and can dream. She's a child with hearing impairment. She can hear and she can speak. But how can a hearing impaired child understand what people are saying? How is it possible that they can learn how to talk, to interact, to mingle among the rest of us, and to understand?
Hearing impairment is the absence of listening. There may be a problem in the three parts of the ear. It could be in the outer, it could be in the middle part of the ear, or the inner ear.
There are three types of hearing loss. The first is the conductive hearing loss. In this kind of hearing problem, the problem lies in the outer ear and the middle ear area. Now, the causes can include presence of earwax, a hole in the eardrum, infection, and the like. Conductive hearing loss can be treated through surgery or medication. The other type of hearing loss is what we call the sensory neural hearing loss. This happens in the inner ear or the auditory pathway. It's usually caused by infections like the German measles, childhood diseases like meningitis, or overdose of ototoxic drugs. The other type of hearing loss is what we call the mixed hearing loss. This is a combination of the conductive and the sensory neural hearing loss.
University hospitals have been quite active in coming up with courses that can help, first of all, determining the hearing impairment and then the habilitation of children with hearing impairment. For some university hospitals, they have already the newborn screening,
the autoacoustic emission test, or the auditory brainstem response test can be given to newborns to screen them for possible hearing problems. After which, they are referred to some form of habilitation or intervention. Like in our case, we do auditory verbal therapy.
Auditory verbal therapy, it is an approach that teaches children to listen, that is through maximizing their hearing with the use of hearing aids and cochlear implants. So when they're able to listen, they will be able to process language and information, and therefore being able to communicate through spoken language.
There's a big factor in the timing when you start it, So of course, it's always good to start them early.
Our daughter was diagnosed when she was 2 years old, and at the time we looked around for options that would enable her to acquire natural language. We went to the US first, where she was fitted with her hearing aids. Then we went to Australia, where she eventually was operated on and got her cochlear implant. And so we had to abroad to learn how to teach her. When we moved back, we felt that we needed to bring option that had worked so well for us into Manila. That's when the Clasp started.
Our basic is for these children to be able to live in regular living and learning environments.
That's why most of our children in school, in class, are attending regular schools. Each hearing impaired child, when given the correct amplification, there is what we call the residual hearing, and that's what we tap. Okay, and then we'll make them aware of all these sounds, they listen to these sounds, and eventually they learn the spoken language.
And that is what is the auditory verbal therapy is about, developing listening in order to develop spoken language in a natural way.
I think that the kids who started out with Clasp will be really the first generation of hearing impaired individuals who will have their own plans and take their place in Philippine society.
We will talk about the things.
Auditory verbal therapy is a habilitation method for hearing impaired children and their families. It is rooted in the conviction and knowledge that children can learn to use even minimal amounts of amplified residual hearing to listen.
Ride the bike. He likes to ride the bike.
There's this newborn screening. Part of that was a hearing test. Both of his ears were both referred.
After a month na pinanganak ko siya, na-found out namin siya ng rubella virus. February 2001, nalaman namin na hindi pala siya nakakarinig.
We had him for the ABR, and that's when we found out. So he was already
1 year old.
We went to the doctors, and then the doctor recommended a therapist. We were referred to Teacher Leia, and then we had therapy of Clasp.
Hearing impairment, so automatic yan, hearing aids, di ba?
Parang 3 months siya nung nakabit na siya ng hearing aid eh. Then after that, 6 months, nag-class na kami para sa auditory verbal therapy niya.
And we had therapy sessions as early as when Kristen was about 5 months old.
Hope ako, of course, na mag-improve sana.
The progress is really great, no? Well, for one, right now, I can talk to my kids already and converse already.
The big progress came in after she had a cochlear implant. After she had maybe about 6 months of therapy after the cochlear implant.
I can talk to her, she can talk to me.
He's cooking with everyone in the family.
Very happy, she enjoys it. She looks forward to her therapist.
Look forward to going to the therapy.
She loves the activities.
He's enjoying the therapy.
Kaya I'm really very happy for her ngayon. Ganda yung result.
There is hope, definitely. You just have to hold on and do your best.
Spoken language is best learned when young. Through this therapy, a child can learn appropriate speech and language skills through listening alone, with a goal towards full integration into the regular school system.
My full name is Adela Cecilia Paterna Luxin. Maya Sinina Isabella Lorenzo Tan. Ludes Adeluna. I really like to read. I was just wanting to go and watch TV. I love to take care of animals. Read the book, but I love to read the book every day. I do ballet. I want to be a fashion designer and a songwriter. I would love to be a writer. Zookeeper. You should always believe that your kids will someday be able to hear and speak well.
Yes, they are deaf, but they can hear. They want you to listen. Discover and learn the facts about hearing impaired children know how to make a difference.